Hey, it's Frank from Unforced Errors. I'm back with more paddle reviews. This time I got some paddles from South Korea. Let's get into it.
0, 1, go! Let's get started.
All right, so shout out to Pickle Poppers. They sent us these paddles to review. There's no money changing hands. They don't have any input on the review. In fact, they're seeing it for the first time as you are. So let's talk about these paddles. So both of these paddles are Gen 2. They have a great design. They came with awesome packaging. Outside of that, there's very few similarities with these. So let's talk about the N Tango first. That's this guy here. So got some fun designs on both sides here. Don't let the designs fool you. These are legit paddles and a lot of fun to play with. So the N Tango is their all-quart paddle. It's in a standard shape, 16 millimeter, and it is Kevlar face along with carbon fiber. So you have that weave there. Generally, I don't like Kevlar paddles. I have had mixed luck with them. They kind of have a weird vibration. I don't really like the feel of them. They play a little stiffer. I felt like this was completely different. To me, it didn't even feel like Kevlar. It felt much more like carbon fiber, and it had a nice feel. It's plush. I was able to do resets pretty easily. Dinking felt good, but it also has enough pop, a mid-level pop for being at the kitchen. And I do think that this paddle shines at the kitchen because of that standard shape. It's quicker in the hand. So enjoyed playing with that. It still has good power. It's definitely all quart paddle. It's not a power paddle. It's not a control paddle. It sits right in the center of all quart. So if that's something you're looking for, this is definitely a great option. It is a really solid paddle. It reminds me a little bit of the Vatic Bloom shape. So I was comfortable with it right off the rip, and it's just a little more plush. It's 16 millimeters, so it has a softer feel. So let's go through the stats on that. So the N Tango is $159. If you use our code Unforced Errors, you'll get $136 for that paddle. Weight range 8 to 8.3 ounces. Paddle length 15.9 inches by 7.95 inches. Pretty standard as far as the shape. Grip length 5.3 inches, circumference 4.25. This is the T700 carbon fiber and aramid weave, which is for the common folks out there, Kevlar. And it is PB core at 0.41, USAP approved. So that takes care of the Tango. And the next one up is the Pop and Frost. So this is their elongated paddle, also Gen 2. Also a fun design. Built very well, just like the Tango, and it is much poppier, much more powerful. We'll get into the power here in a second when I go through the stats and the caveat that comes with. But you can pick up the Pop and Frost for $139 if you use our code. It's $119. Yeah, it's a great paddle. It's very powerful, and if you're looking for something that is stiffer, elongated, great for drives and serves, has fantastic put away power and pop, this is a great option. Weight range is the same as the Tango, 8 to 8.3 ounces. Paddle length 16.5 inches by 7.36 inches, kind of an interesting number there. Grip length is 5.5, so you do have a little bit longer grip on this, and grip circumference is the same at 4.25 inches, and again 16 millimeters. So the big caveat on the Pop and Frost is that it is 0.44 PB core rated. What that means, in May of 2026, this paddle, along with some others that fall into this category from other companies, will be sunset. As far as tournament play goes, you can still use these in rec play, but as far as tournaments go, you will have to pick up a different paddle because 0.43 PB core is all they allow. So if you decide to buy the Pop and Frost, fear not. Pickle Poppers is taking care of you. They're going to give you 70% off any model in their lineup. So you do have that working for you. And yeah, I think if you want a really powerful elongated paddle with a carbon fiber face, throw this in the mix as some of with some of the great options that are already out there. But yeah, it's totally up to you on your play style. Do you like something that's more all court, a little bit faster in the hand, better with resets? I'd go with the Tango. If you like something that's power forward, a lot more pop, elongated, then go with the Frost. They make it pretty easy, right? Let's go over the warranty. You do have a 6-month warranty, and then you also have a 30-day love it or return it policy. Just to give you the cliff notes on that, if the paddle is over $99, which both of these are, you can try the paddle for 30 days, and if you don't like it or you don't love it, you can return it, and it will cost you this: return shipping and the original shipping. So just take that into account. If you decide you want to just try this paddle out, you do have to pay for the shipping on both of those, as they covered it for the first time sending it to you. They now want it back if you're going to send it to them. So seems fair enough. That's the process. It's very clear and forward. They're not hiding anything. So just wanted to throw that part in there as well. So overall, we're pretty excited about these. Very, like I said, a very fun design, but very serious paddles. Don't sleep on them. They've been a lot of fun to use. We're looking forward to continue using these. It's fun to put these paddles in other people's hands and get their feedback on them as well when we play open play or rec play. Pickle Poppers does have a Gen 4 paddle coming out, an all foam paddle that's going to be coming out this year at some point. So we're looking forward to getting that in as well. But overall, nothing really negative to say. 2 options for 2 completely different styles. You pick your poison. So that is it for me in this Pickle Poppers review. You can follow us at Unforced Airs PB everywhere. We just dropped a 3-hour interview from PPA Challenger when we were in Charleston, so go check that out. Bite-sized pieces, fully get it. Nobody has 3 hours to do that, but everything is timestamped, so go check that out, see what the pros are saying. They give some really good stories, and I think it was some really great content, so take a look at that. Otherwise, Carl and I will be back together soon for another episode, so we are looking forward to it. So until then, I'll see you on the next one.